Ladies and gentlemen, if you are smart and you live in North America, particularly in the United States of America or in Canada, and you know you won't be able to fight, I have a proposition for you. You're welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cyrus, and this is Toontumnetwork. If today is your first time watching, be generous to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and join me tonight on my live show on TikTok for 1 hour from Mondays to Fridays, 6 p.m. GMT. Let's get into the meat of today's episode. Let's take a look at a concern that's frightening many people quite recently with the visit President Modi of India paid President Putin in Moscow. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, if you really think the world will ever be peaceful again moving forward, you got it all wrong. Everything Russia is currently doing is planned and calculated to result in one particular outcome, and it's going to be a big outcome. And that is to wrestle power from the hands of the great America. The main questions many smart people are asking are when this will happen or when this will be and how the world will be afterwards. I'm speaking to you today as a brother and a son whose interest is in your preparedness for when this happens, because as sure as the sun rises and never fails, so will it definitely happen. There will come a day when Russia will go at America. Americans know it and they expect it, and they know it could be either Russia alone or Russia and his allies. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are smart and you live in North America, particularly in the United States of America or in Canada, and you know you won't be able to fight, I have a proposition for you. If you will listen, find yourself a place outside of these two countries starting today. I'm saying it. Call it your second home or whatever it is, and choose a place a little farther from these two countries. Somewhere in Africa will be ideal, no matter your skin color. And don't forget to come with your money and with your technical know-how, especially. Because when that day comes, ladies and gentlemen, immigrants from the first to the third generation Americans will flee back to their ancestral countries. And Africans, I can promise you this, will be the first to do so. The security of this world has never been this vulnerable, especially with the posture of the current sitting president of America, President Joe Biden. And the world recognizes it, particularly their enemies. They see the weakness in America's internal and external politics, and they are right now taking advantage of it. The kind of moves Russia and China and the BRIC nations are making daily are simply what we are allowed to see on the surface. Ladies and gentlemen, take this from me. The real preparation is underneath, and I can feel it from this part of the world. And I'll say this to you, whether you like me for it or not, that it's in the interest of many countries in the world to see America stand and succeed, or else what will come after will destroy even the little peace we enjoy today. I will leave this topic for another day. But notwithstanding this, it's also about damn time that the yoke America has put on certain countries be broken. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just be fair here. The man Putin is on a mission. He has outlasted 5 American presidents from 1999 till this day. And he will turn 72 in October. He's got so many years as president ahead of him, should his health not fail him. And after winning this year's Russia's presidential elections in a landslide victory of 88% of the total votes, I'm even more convinced his ultimate plan is yet to reach maturation. By the way, the elections were held in March of this year for those who care to know. So as an African American or as an African British or whatever your orientation is, so long as you live in the Northern Hemisphere, you aren't that safe like you think. It's time to plan your second home away from the North. There are already many both black and white folks who have taken on second citizenships from different countries in the world, if you didn't know. And if this is your first time watching me, the clock is ticking, and so get busy. And don't think too much before you move. Just do your research on where you want to have on the side and traveled there on vacation for the first time at least. Let me tell you this story quickly. I met this couple from the United States of America in Ghana some 5 years ago. They had already lived in this country for close to a decade. I asked them, why would you leave New York City for Accra? Their answer was quite simple and straightforward. It's safe and it's worth the living. I've bought a few acres and built a home and started a farm, the man said. Mind you, they are both Americans. They just did their research and took the chance. After 10 years of living here, their kids never came to see them. And that's exactly how this episode will end up, with different people who watch it and feel or take it differently. There will be those who listen and take a chance, and there will be those for a million years who won't do nothing about it. But if you know this is for you, don't hesitate. Start planning it, and I can promise you, based on my experiences with other Americans living here, that you'll never regret it. Pretty soon, America will be going into their presidential elections. And I foresee a higher tension than what happened 4 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the far right are wide awake and the far left are super bent on maintaining the current setup. This is the first time I've watched the countdown of days to America's elections and feel unsure whether democracy will be held up by the country that boasts of its democratic structures. Will their anchor hold, ladies and gentlemen, or will what happened to the great Roman Empire happen in America? Rome was broken from within, ladies and gentlemen, and America may suffer same this year. So to those of you who have ears, hear what the messenger, the gong beater, is saying to the people. There are lands to buy and farms to set up. There are so many businesses to be started in Africa, and you could be a pioneer in any African country. So if you decide to move with your money and move with your knowledge and move with your family, if it is possible. Africa is the next big thing, and farming, ladies and gentlemen, will be the next most important enterprise in the coming years. So seize this opportunity today and move ahead of the curve. Don't waste any more time buying more SUVs and houses and chains. It will mean nothing in the coming years. And before you forget yourself, let me remind you, remember when COVID hit the world? Remember when in the early part of 2021, food was in so much shortage in supermarkets in America? Do you remember? Baby foods were gone and people didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah, that's where I'm taking your mind to. It could easily happen again no matter where you live, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, with the push of one button. And so be wise today and restrict yourself from investing in all those fancy sneakers and bags. I'll end here for now. Be kind to subscribe if you haven't, and like and share and leave a comment. For those who would like to be a part of this podcast, you may get in touch via my email on toontumnetwork@gmail.com. Whether you live in any part of Africa or in the diaspora, we can make sure to have an interview via the internet live for our people, our audience to watch. I'll see you soon, and I'll see you tonight on TikTok Live at 6 p.m. GMT. God bless you, and it's bye-bye for now.